Generic greetings and welcome back to Endless Legend, where in the previous episode we were continuing along our path and towards our goal of winning because we are mavericks like that, and in order to do so we were focusing on controlling all of the sea tiles, which I believe we do at the moment. I mean, there might be some edge cases here and there, you understand, but the main bulk of this there's a couple of sea tiles here that we can take because they have citadels we control, but we haven't got them defended, which is it's really a bit of an issue at the moment, but we are trying to shore them up with the VORs that we are building and sending them around. However, with the impediment of winter, it might take quite some time. Another impediment, actually quite a big bump in the road, we can see we have the Kraken to our south, which we're currently at peace with, but we really do want to take them out, and that means a standing army, so that's going to be really our focus for the next couple of episodes, I would guess. Either way, let's just crack on. So I'm going to expand to some different tiles. You can see that because of the winter status, it might change a little bit. I'm going to go to the left there because that's going to cover this river here, and that gives us a lot of bonuses, even if it's frozen, although we do get more bonuses when it's thawed out, you understand. We've got a couple of units that are doing nothing, mainly in and around here. This is where we've got some units that we are going to focus on, pretty much taking out this this tile here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put those on idle. All of these are on idle, just so we don't get any movement in them, and we don't have to keep coming back to them all the time, you understand. There we are. We do need to get a standing army, but we'll do that at some point. For the hero, we were sort of going around taking things over, and that's one of the places we do need to take over. That's got 6 people in there. Now, that should be easy to do. However, it is controlled by the Kapaku, and they are quite powerful. 3, 4, 5, 12, 5, 3, 3. We're still top dog, but still going to take quite a while. We also still haven't met one of these factions, and you can see over there they are sort of all silhouetted out, but we know just looking at the buildings that is the Forgotten. Now, I don't know if I know I sent my hero over there and did a UE. I might go back there just to try and find them, just so we can have a little bit of shaky hands, and then we'll end the turn there. Obviously, winter, we are trying to collect some different things. I'm going to go for this luxury intensifier. Actually, no, sorry, I'm going to go for this one instead. This is the Abbey of Anomalies. It does cost some time to do that. Oh, here we go. There is something out there. This is find the sea monster before it finds you and become rich hero by killing it. And that is a big quest for the game. That's a competitive quest, so everybody gets that, and it's basically it's basically a Leviathan, so that's going to be a problem, and I'm hopefully that's not it. No, it's actually some rumblers, so I'm going to fight those. I'm going to auto fight it, but I'm pretty sure we'll lose. Oh no, I was going to say lose. We wouldn't lose, but sometimes it just doesn't defeat them. Anyway, we've managed to defeat that. Victory, the unfortunate death of your innocence is yours. So there is 30 quicksilver for our trouble, which is always good. We want to go back over to building here and set some construction queues in and around this city, and I'm not too sure what to go for. Burr Street is generally the way to go, although yeah, go on then, we might as well do that. It's going to only cost 300 to buy that out. I think that's going to be of good importance there. I'm going to move some of these people over. At the moment they are in not fantastically good areas. That's fine. This one is really taking some time to build up, and that's a problem. I want to go and continue on scouting towards, ideally that would be nice. That gives us a lot of industry, although just being on the sea is just better for us, even if the anomalies are still pretty good. Let's move some people around just to get a bit more balance there. Those can go over to there to generate some more money. Actually, no, there's not really much money to... Oh, no, there is some good money to be had there. Because at the moment we're getting good cash, we can start to sort of buy things out, really. So there's all that. What I'm going to do is go over to get this Abbey of Anomalies. So we get basically ×2 Fidzy plus approval, as well as extra food in general, and you have to build that on an anomaly. So we'll unlock that with one of the blessings, and it means that in and around places we should be able to build that. It does require 10 pearls though. I mean, we've got 33, so we can build 3 of them. That's not too much of a problem. You can see the VORs have been ordered to go to their posts over on the right there. We've actually finished building the Leviathan now, which is good. Let's go ahead and research something else. It would be nice to get Advanced Harvester and also Rare Metal Foundries, but I'm not too sure that's the best choice. Perhaps getting the Alchemy Workshop is good. Just having plus 20% science on a city is always useful. An extra manufacturing assimilation slot would be good as well. I don't need that, and that's XP on unit. We don't really need that either. So we're just going to get these moved over. We'll do some auto moves there, and once again, we're just going to double check. This has got irrigation networks, 92 to buy it out, so I'm going to do that. We've got the Maritime Academy, which is when we build units, we gain extra experience on them. I don't know if that's worthy, but we'll go for it. We've also got this benevolent emperor, which is really, really good. We've been building that across the empire. And that's going to give us extra, basically double dust, so that's fine. Negotiation tactics is 50% trade route bonus on city. We probably don't have any trade routes, or we do have some trade routes actually. That's pretty good. So is it worth us getting that and building that, buying that out? I think so. I think buying that out on most places is going to be the order of the day. We can build an abbey of anomalies over there as well, finally, which is going to take 410 to buy that out. We could probably go ahead and sell some stuff. I mean, we've got a fairly decent amount of emeralds. We could probably just sell some emeralds. So luxuries, emeralds, and then say 10 for that, and we're going to get 87 each. And it's going to obviously fluctuate based on how much we sell, you understand, but at least if we get a nice decent amount there, it's going to put some into the market, which is fair enough, but it means that we can start to we'll say buy out that abbey of anomalies because it's going to be useful, buy out that negotiation tactics, and we'll probably go for irrigation networks as well, and then we'll end the turn. In terms of where we are, I'm really hoping winter's going to end shortly, but I very much doubt it. 1 to 16 turns, so even, well, I don't know if that's the average. I don't know if the average is going to be 8. I have no idea. Either way, there's some of our stuff built. We can see that the Chapel of Auriga is now completed here. We're going to go for Benevolent Emperor once again, as well as down here we've got negotiation tactics that we can probably get, and then finally Benevolent Emperor once again. We've got a level up on this hero here, which is currently situated in and around. Oh, actually, where are they? This one is Morgawa, blah blah. Currently governor. So they're currently governing. So we want to go with just extra approval. Basically, that's generally the way forward. Let's just double check the academy on there. It says support, inspect. I'm pretty sure it's the one in our capital city. Yeah, they're in the capital. Yeah, okay, that's fine. And let's auto move some stuff. That means the hero is now on land, and we can do a little cheeky search. And the first step is to heal the Nidian naturally using magical to absolve Auriga. Build a total of 7 anomalies in your empire. That shouldn't be too much of a problem. We are closing up to these here now. The thing is with this faction, they could be right next to us because all of their units come with stealth. So for all we know, that we are right next door to them. However, I think one more movement and we should find them. Apparently it has not worked out that way. That's interesting. We'll restart the Titan Bones to give us extra industry on cities. We'll restart wine to get approval, and the gold to get a little bit of approval, and also cheapen some upkeep there. So we've got not much else to build here. We can build a fish farm, and that will give us some decent food. And then we are talking basically vors, I think. Speaking of vors, there is another vor there, which we will send over just in there. It's going to take 9+ turns to get there, but as soon as the winter goes, then we should be alright. In terms of armies, I don't know what to do, whether it just be buy out the units here. The problem with that is, as you can see, they are quite expensive. There is a quest updated fragment crystal. Which one is this? This is not our main. Our next empire plan, increase your science ministry by 1 previous, rather than 1 previous. Okay. Fine. I'm not really bothered too much about a lot of these quests. I mean, I'll do them if they're on the way. But our law quest is return to the ruins and inspect them, which is there. That is quite a ways away from where we are, which is a bit of a problem. I could build a mastermind and get that sent out. That isn't too much of a problem. Speaking of building, I'm going to go for research, rather. I was going to change over to maybe this one here, Management Sciences, which gives us the lumber mill and such, but I think going for the native district gives it an extra manufacturing slot would be good. The couple of ways we could build a standing army would be to either buy these units out, but as you can see here, if we look at, say, like the dredges and the driders, which aren't fantastic. I mean, the dredges are okay, but because they've got good attack. But the driders are fairly terrible in almost everywhere. I mean, even just for a drider, is that level 2? It's 600 dust, and that's just far too expensive, I think. I don't think we really need that in our lives. So we're going to move even closer here. We should eventually find these, and I don't know why we haven't yet. I don't have any anything special on that hero. They're not stealthed, are they? I don't think they are stealthed. In fact, I'm fairly confident they are not. No, they are not stealthed. We have lots of stuff on there, including spying, but no stealth. Speaking of spying, we could start spying on some of the Draken stuff, but I don't think it's strictly necessary. In terms of building, we've got more borough streets that we could build. I'm going to build it there, and I'm going to actually buy it out for 500. That will hopefully then net us some of this Hyperium, if we can actually mine Hyperium. We can. That's okay. That's fine. So that's on the go. That's on the go. And we might as well buy that one out. We'll buy... we can't buy that out because we don't have the titanium, but we're going to get 3 next turn anyway, so that's not exactly a massive problem. There's negotiation tactics. That's going to help us out as well. Same for that one there, and then we'll end the turn. It's not much at all, 179. We're getting 302, and this is in the winter as well, so that's good. Actually, hang on. Are we able to mine that? I'm not sure. Looks like next Empire plan. Increase the knowledge of the Herners. Ah, okay, that looks like that's actually done. Okay, fine. There we go. That's what we wanted. So, we're prepared to speak with you. Your envoys will be returned unharmed. That's like when Windows says something like, we've just updated our terms and conditions and patched your computer, and everything was where we left it. You're not entirely sure if that's the case, are you? Right, okay, so we're going to move back into, I'm going to say back into the sea. The Vor has always been in the sea, but we're going to move over to the right-hand side there just to start shoring up all of these defences there. We want to buy out a couple of different things. In terms of our spices, we're going to activate that again. Might as well turn that on as well because we've got some of it. And also, I want to get... where's the place? What a surprise. I can say the place with the most science is naturally this one. So we are not going to buy it out. There's no real point in it just yet. And there we go, we'll end the turn. I might get that Vor to just take a little bit of a detour to grab that. We might as well grab that pearl there. So grab the pearl and then head off. And then this looks like going to be a bit of an issue already. That is close borders straight away. And it looks like this guy wants a map exchange, and I'm going to refuse because there's no reason for me to give it to them. We know a lot more than them, at least I presume. I don't even know if they've got the ability to leave the island yet, so not a clue. Not a clue. Anyway, we're still sitting around here. I'm actually going to move closer. And finally, winter has ended. Sean Bean has gone back in his little cave, as is Michael Bublé. And finally, we're on to... me hitting my keyboard with the drink. By the way, today's beverage is a nice cup of tea. So the Knitted District is complete-rated. In terms of research, we've got loads of stuff we can do. Upcoming winter effect is -1 resource and strategic resource extractor. Actually, no, sorry. One of these effects will be randomly added next winter. So it's either that one's been ruled out, but it's either going to be -1 dust on terrain with river and food and dust on river, or it's going to be -25% movement on units and 50% battle movement, or -50% battle movement. So it's going to be one of these two. I'm hoping it's not that because we do focus quite a bit on that. Okay, so show location. We can see that the Vor is being attacked off that. Yes, that would be essentially the Leviathan. It's a hungering maw, loads of vile fronds and all sorts of stuff. We're going to retreat because, as you may expect, we don't think we can win that. Now, this is a bit of a problem. The problem being that, well, we can't win that. There's nothing we can do to win that fight. At the moment, anyway. I do stress at the moment. Let's move these down here. Yeah, at the moment, there's nothing we can do there. We'll have to run away. Let's go for both extractors. That'll be useful for us. Back over to here, then. We do have Abbey of Anomalies, which we can build there. And we will buy it out because we get a nice little bit of fidzy. I like that we're just creeping along this one area. Where else are we going to go? Over to here, we've got this mastermind, which I will build. And then I will order them. I really want to go over here and see if we can have a chat with them, but it's going to be 6 turns and it's going to move in 5 turns, so there's no real point. What about this one? That's going to be 7 turns and it's going to take 7 turns to get there. I am still going to go over here. I think still going to go over there. Just probably way forward there. Mastermind's gonna have a little scout around. There's some rumblers there, which is actually. Do we want to pacify these? No, we don't really want to pacify these. We want to group them up, but a group of 2 is not fantastic. We're just going to see if we can get a group of 3. In terms of our main city, then we've got all sorts we can build. Leviathans would be good. That would be pretty good. Although what also might be good is us assimilating another minor faction and then building them up. So what have we got? We've got rumblers. We've got boss. We've got Asilix and or Asis, whatever you want to call them, and Eyeless Ones. Now, the Eyeless Ones are support units, infantry, cavalry, and infantry. The problem is if I build these, they will be classed as my army, and I don't really care for doing that because I want to be able to attack these guys without going to war. Yes, I won't get their cities, but their cities are not necessarily in a great place for me, like this one here. We need to be on river tiles and on the sea, so we actually want to destroy them. That's our goal, really. So building that out would not be very good. What I'm going to do, though, I'm going to build some Leviathans, and I want to... actually, do you want to build Leviathans? I'll keep building Vors. Well, I'd love to keep building Vors, but we have no way to build them. I'm going to buy out some strategic resources then. We're going to buy this Titanium, rather. We'll buy a couple of those out, and then it means we can set at least 2 Vors in the queue, which won't take too long for us to get there. And do I really want to assimilate one of these? Not yet, no, I don't think so. But we'll end the turn. Oh, actually close that down. Do we want to buy anything out? Is there anything we can buy out? 3 turns for that, and then we've got all sorts of stuff we can do. So we'll go for Alchemy Workshop over there. That's going to be a turn. We've got an Abbey of Anomalies, which we can build there. 4 turns for that. And then end that as well. 117 on the influence, which isn't too bad at all. Looks like armies hit, probably just from going over lava, or actually no, it'll probably be in the sea. Our main general or governor, I guess, is now leveled up there. Let's move all these over, and you can see they are. This thing is following me. I'm going to retreat. It's going to kill it. It's going to kill it. This is a problem. That thing's going to keep just running around and absolutely slotting everything that I have. That is not good. That is not good at all. I'm not too sure what to do about that. I'm not too sure what we do about that, actually. End the turn. We can't really just build loads of Vors. It's not going to work out. We need, probably, to beat that, 12 Leviathans, 2 sets of 6. It's probably the way forward, I would say. But I mean, it's only a guesstimate, you understand. There's that. They're just attacking all the Vors. There's no point in me even fighting, because we'll just get absolutely wrecked. We'll say retreat. Go on. We've got a little bit of health left. I'm going to pull a hero down, and any of these Vors, we're just going to run away. There's no point in doing that. Oh, actually, look at this. There's some units coming along here. Fire ships. 2 sets of fire ships. That is both from the Kraken and from the Wild Walkers. Okay, that's fine. Benevolent Emperor, we should probably start to put some points into influence, considering that we are about to have some problems in that regard, or rather we're going to have to spend it. Let's put it like that, that's fine, and then end the turn once again. Turn 115, coming close to mid-game, although, to be fair, mid-game's probably about 200, mid-game's probably about 100, because by the time you get on to sort of 220, because it ends at mid-game, technically, I guess it's, well, 150 is where it is, because it ends on 300, but by the time you get to about 220, it's pretty much almost solid winter. Our winter's like very, very close to for that. So yeah, I'm gonna see if I can attack that. I can't. I could, but it would be bad because yeah, we'd go to war against them, and we really don't have the resources for that. Ideally, I would want an Urkin, but we don't have any Urkins. I'm gonna wait for them to reposition and probably move this guy. It's gonna take 3 turns to get there, and then they're gonna reposition. Let's see what happens there. We got some cities around here not doing anything, or building wise. I think we'll build up to that way, and then we'll be able to get that Hyperion because we're currently not exploiting it. So we'll do that. Got another city here, and not much to build other than Leviathans, so we're going to build those. Let me send the Vor down there. And we'll sort the Leviathan out. So we'll edit that Leviathan. In terms of its weapons, we are going to go with that's Submarine Slayer, and that is Acid Spray. Acid Spray is better, I believe. We have glass steel and titanium options here to build this thing. That's okay, but the problem is that we really want to try and spam these out as much as possible. How better is that? We can only have one of them actually, so that's extra health and damage on unit, and that one's extra movement and initiative. I mean, that is better. You can see the speed's increased. Okay, there is actually a massive difference, isn't there, really, when you look at it. We want them tougher. In terms of stuff we can get, look at that. We've got Fast Learner, which requires one... Is it Hyperion? Mithrite. That's Hyperion, that one, yeah. One Mithrite, which is a Fast Learner, plus 75% of XP gains, and that's a quest, one. So we'll put that in the queue. Got Improved Vision and Formian Slayer. We don't really want either. Tidal Mastery will give us... Reduces movement cost on coastal waters to 0.5. That is brilliant, so we'll be really, really, really quick. So we'll build that. We'll accept that. We could make it even quicker, you understand, if we change that up so it has that instead. So it's just really, really quick. Improved movement. Yeah, I think we'll do that. We'll have like a sort of a reactionary vessel. And let's probably build as many of those as we can, which happens to be one. Okay, fine. Currently got 2k, and I am seriously considering going back on what I mentioned earlier about just buying out some of this stuff, like buying out the tikis and stuff, because we're getting a K a turn, which is brilliant when you think about it. There's a lot of stuff for research, power and prestige. We've got a reaping station. Oh, well, it's good because have we just researched that? No. No, okay. I want to move this stuff. There's a lot of stuff to move. Still have not yet found the... Still have not yet... Oh, there's the Irkin there. 4 turns to shift. Still not found where the Leviathan thing is, which is difficult. The Mastermind is going to have a little look around here, and we'll see where this guy, Shaka, repositions. So there we are. Back over to main city. We can see that this one requires us to build something. We'll go for Alchemy Workshop. Over here we've got Burris Streets to build, and I don't know where to go with it. Oh, it's blatantly going to be there because it's really, really good. 500 to buy that out, which I will do, and then I really need to focus on... what's this one here? They want map exchange. Once again, refusing that. We don't want that on the go. I'm really tempted to get an army and just buy it out. If we buy these units out, like say they just go in our sort of mercenary section. So in terms of price, let's see which is the most expensive. It looks like to be ships, which is not really of our concern. There's some tetiki, or I call them tikis. Let's buy that out. And we will place it... Where do we want to build it? We'll put it in the home... we'll put it in our main city, and that should class as a... Oh, there it is there, and that does say... I believe that's mercenary? Yes, it does say mercenary, and that's what that symbol represents as well. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to build a mercenary army. It's going to cost money, naturally, but that's not too bad. We'll buy an orc out. Again, they're not brilliant. None of these units are absolutely fantastic, but... we might as well buy them out while we can, and we can also use our influence to get some minor faction units, which I'll do, but only after we've got this... only after we've had the Empire development plan pop up, which should be in a couple of turns now anyway. So let's auto-move a lot of this stuff. You can see there's a lot of stuff getting damaged, but it's just on the waves, so it's nothing of great interest. We've got coastal batteries, which you get coastal retaliation damage. We've got fish farm. Might as well put the fish farm in there. There's no reason not to. You can see we cannot yet build any more Leviathans because we need some more resources. We can afford said resources, though, because we're getting decent cash. So I'm going to buy a couple of those out, and then I'll put the Leviathan in the queue. Although, it's actually glass steel. My mistake. Glass steel's actually cheaper anyway. So There we go. And we can build... Oh, it looks like actually we can build a dust-stalker extractor. So we'll put that in the queue first, and then a couple of leviathans. Just the one actually by the look of it. That leviathan can stay where it is, and we'll say just sleep for now. There's no reason for it to be moving off. Actually, there is a reason for it to move off, because I want to go over here. Look at the speed of that thing. That's really, really, really fast. I want to go over here and see how many of these rumblers there are. There's a couple of rumblers there. I mean, that'd be nice 2 armies. We can see that the... there we are. This Urkin is shifted. This is my favourite Urkin. It's shifted over here. And it would be really nice to get that. Getting a Urkin, an Urkin, a singular Urkin would be... of great benefit. There's 3 Driders. I would like to get them as well, but I doubt that's going to happen. For our hero... The problem that we have is that we don't yet know where that thing is, and if it's near here, it's going to attack us, and my hero, as much as they're like pretty decent, I think they'll get absolutely plastered. I'm going to come here and just search that. Use a hero to lead army to don't care. Let's head off. One more city to do something with. Go for Alchemy Workshop. There we go. We've got a lot of stuff in, just sort of spread around the place. There we are. And end the turn once again. In terms of points, 702. That's highest by at least almost 300, really, which is pretty decent. Gold reactivate, wine reactivate, Titan Bones we cannot, and there is, what's that? That's a Mastermind versus the 2 of these roaming armies. I'm going to say auto fight because it says we could win, although we didn't, which is a bit of a shame. Let's auto move some stuff and see what else we can activate. We could activate that with increased fortifications on city, but that's not really of any great interest to us at the point. We'll say fish farms. Actually, no, irrigation network or fish farm. Lake or sea. River. So we'll go for fish farm. That'll be better for us. So our hero has collected that. I'm going to send them this way. I'm guessing that the Leviathan is around here because we haven't seen it, unless it's really elsewhere, like really headed off in a different direction. The Vor I'm going to send down here. Like I say, we're just trying to get a line of sight. This Vor we will probably... We might as well go down and collect some of the pearls. There's no reason why we can't. And the Mastermind, we've jumped back into the sea. And we're going to then head over this way and see what we can see. End of this turn, we should... Is it the end of this turn we get... I think at the end of this turn we'll get our Empire Development Plan. I'm going to spend a decent amount of money on glass steel there. Build a Dust Orchid Extractor. And another Dust Orchid Extractor. And there we go. Not going to buy the stuff out because I'm trying to save up for this army, the army that we're trying to get hold of. I think if we get an Urkin, that'll be us pretty decent. Although an Urkin is ours, so they'll know it's ours, which means we'll have to declare war. So maybe that's something we do once we've sledged a couple of their forces first. Where do I want to go from here? We've gone in one big straight line, which is not great. So what I want to do is build a... I want to build a Borough Street there, just so we get this city centre up to level 2. Currently level 1, but yeah, want to knock that up. Science and Industry we do want to move up, same as the majority of this actually. Extra trade route bonuses on city, that could be of some use, although extra attack on units is probably going to be the best way to go, and we'll do that. We've got some stuff that's increased in population. Have a little scout out there. You are going to garrison there, that is fine. What else have we got? This one is wandering around. We'll have a little go down here. This is obviously something we haven't really explored, so might be a good opportunity to do all of that. The Mastermind is not yet in... It's not yet on land, so we'll do that. There's some Ended. We are going to get catapult those because Ended are brilliant. We're going to move them back over. It's only going to take 6 turns. I'd like to do the same with the Rumblers, but it's probably going to be a bit too expensive in terms of our influence. What can we go for now? Treaty of Alliance, don't require that. Probably... I would like that, Dust Refinery, but I'm also very aware that we are only getting a little bit of glass steel, 2.5 glass steel, whereas this stuff, that also requires some resources. That's Army Action Pillage, which we don't need. That's Citizen Armies, it's decent, but not really what I want at the moment. Public Works, I think that's probably the way to go, because it requires resources that we have... a fairly decent amount of. Requires adamantine and palladium, so we're going to go for that. We'll end the turn there, and we'll end the episode there, I think. Not a massive amount of progress, mainly due to the winter, the sort of first half, but we have got a plan now, and we are putting together an army. We've got 3k, and I think next episode we'll definitely have that 6 army done, and we'll move it down, and then we can think about starting to assault areas. In terms of what we're going to assault first, it's pretty much a left to right scenario, I think. Or we could smash this one up, and that splits them right in half. And that's right near here as well. So it'll also depend on what's roaming around. So we'll see. We'll see. As always, hope you have enjoyed the video on the series thus far. Thanks very much for watching. Take care, and generic partings.